What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, a soon-to-be certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. This is a wild one. I have watched this fully prior to filming, and the manipulation tactics are absurd. But before we get into that, if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm the most active on Instagram. You can follow me here. And yeah, before joining Nelo Life, I hope you watch this. There has been several content creators that have been talking about this company. This is somebody named Scott. He came from Transact that turned into Finmore, and the anti-MLM movement has been watching this scam unfold, rebrand, if that's even the way I want to describe that. And it's beyond alarming. Nelo Life is supposed to be another MLM company that stemmed from the people that created Transact and then Finmore. And then people started to question and push back, and they left and now have started Nelo Life that is getting ready to launch, but they're encouraging people to recruit. It's a mess. It's a scam, in my opinion. It's a pyramid scheme, and the grifters that are behind this company are going to continue to scam. There's going to be another company. It's going to repeat. It's a cycle. I hope that if you're watching this and you're somebody that was considering joining Nelo Life because you're being pitched in, emails, or you watched a video or whatever, I hope that you search YouTube and look up Nelo Life anti-MLM and watch and listen to the videos that are out there and ask yourself what the intention is of the person that's speaking out against these companies. Are they trying to recruit you so that they can make money off of you? No, they're educating. I'm going to point out the tactics, and I know other content creators come from different angles as well in the anti-MLM movement, and I highly suggest that you check those out before you join. And I hope that you don't join. Nelo Life is supposed to be a supplement company. It's supposed to help with travel or have discounted travel. And also, allegedly, it's going to be some sort of an educational platform when it comes to investing in crypto or something along those lines. So they're really trying to combine all of the scams into one. It's alarming. Anyways, let's hear from Scott, who doesn't take a breath the entire video, it seems like. Also, let me say that his video bounces around. It's almost like he's hitting his desk or something, and it's making it jump. So if you're sensitive to that, at the beginning of this especially, maybe just listen so that it doesn't make you dizzy or things of that nature.
You guys, my name is Scott Kufis, and I am coming to you from Orlando, Florida. Now, no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in Europe, in any of those beautiful countries, or you're over in Asia, the vast empire of Asia, all over the map, South America, here in North America, doesn't matter. Even if you're in the land down under, we are so glad you're here. Nelo Life is about to launch internationally in over 100 countries here in the next week. And so what do we need to do to maximize the growth of your team? How do we maximize your profitability in the first 72 hours, the next 7 days, the next 7 weeks? Let's talk about that over the next couple of minutes. It's really critical you get yourself organized. So first off, get the information, plug into all the social media accounts that we have, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Telegram or Instagram. Connect yourself. We have English presentations. We have Spanish presentations. There's probably multiple other presentations in different languages right now too. If you haven't already done so, find out how you can get access to some of the information in the Google Docs. Get a PowerPoint presentation. Download the Canva software. Canva allows you to do a presentation. So if you're the type of person that likes doing presentations, we have it for you. And even if you're not, download it so you have a version. You can save it in a PDF form to send to people.
Oh my God. In traditional marketing, in my opinion, you want to get the information out in as many avenues as possible. However, with these multi-level marketing companies, I feel like they only have all of these different communication avenues or options, if you will. And I really feel like it's just to confuse people. I think it adds to the chaos that we know multi-level marketing companies create for people that prevent them from critically thinking. And the Telegram and the Facebook group and this and this and this. And it's like, if you were to provide one area where people could get answers It would be so much simpler for people. But we know that that's not the goal of multi-level marketing companies. They want to create chaos. They want to create confusion. And then if you do have questions that you ask, you're typically treated like, how do you not know that? Why would you ask that? Disgusting.
So the more you're familiar you are with the presentation, with the value proposition, with the culture, with the products, the services, the marketplace, the compensation plan, the more you know, the more you can share. And so when you're building a large direct selling business all over the planet, it's about the speed of trust. Can you share information from me to you quickly so that you get it and duplicate it? See, it's not about just learning it. It's about learning it to teach other people, right?
The speed of trust. Isn't this guy, doesn't he claim to be like the pickleball champion of the world or something? I find that hilarious. Nothing against those of you that like pickleball, but imagine like bragging about that as your title with trying to scam people in a multi-level marketing company that clearly is a pyramid scheme, in my opinion. That's wild. Also, did y'all know that there's a public Facebook group that is trying to get together, from the sounds of it, from the looks of it, it's a public group, and they're trying to get a class action lawsuit together against Transact and Finmore. Just do with that information what you will.
So get access to those tools as soon as possible. Get access to frequently asked questions. You know, the company's going to launch here very, very shortly. You're going to get a back office, and they've done an incredible job loading it up with different assets, with short videos and teasers and training pieces and PowerPoints and a couple hundred frequently asked questions. Now, the good news is we'll have a sort of a custom AI version of a chat bot to answer your questions. So 98% of all the questions you ask will be answered almost immediately if you're a member. You just go to the back office or on your phone, you get your app, and then you fill out the information, ask the question, get your answer.
You're going to get your question answered immediately. That's very different from Transact and Finmore, where people have often asked questions, have emailed customer service, no response. So that's very interesting. Also, did y'all catch a couple hundred questions on the FAQ? Why are there so many questions? Oh, because it's a multi-level marketing company and they are launching it as a pyramid scheme. And so people are asking questions because they're not really sharing any information. That checks out.
But if you want to be ahead of the curve, get the FAQs, bounce through it, get more familiar with the basics. So first step, get information, get plugged in. Next step, watch the presentations multiple times. I know you've seen it once. See it again, see it again, see it again. See it 3, 4, 5 times, because different presenters share different insights. Randy might do something different than Eric, which does something different than I do, or Jaime, or anybody else. And so
insights, that's an interesting switch of the word for manipulation. Yeah, that's awkward.
the fact is you're going to learn like little nuggets of like, oh, that was clever about the size of the marketplace. Man, it's going to grow by 30% and be doing $8-10 trillion. That's important to know. A growing marketplace. Or, hey, we're offering a product that everybody wants. That everybody wants to travel. They're not having to buy something. It's not something they don't want to buy. They want to. And then so they spend money on it. So we have a commodity, a product that people are looking for. So we can save them money, save them time.
When I hear you say that, it feels to me like you are, number one, overgeneralizing. And number two, probably taking information from some article that you found online and saying, see, people want discounted travel. People want it. So therefore, this company is going to be successful. We see this in MLM companies a lot, especially from the reps where they're taking a study done on an ingredient and they're like, see, we have this ingredient in our product, but we don't know how much because they hide behind proprietary blends. That's what this is giving. Studies show, okay, what studies are we talking about? What article are you referring to? Because that would be important for people to know.
Earn them income, literally making their vacation a vocation, getting paid to play and have fun with their friends.
I'm sorry, did you just say pay to play? Is that a Freudian slip? Because if so, I love that. Pay to play? Yeah. Wow.
You want to learn these nuggets. You want to learn about the culture, how we're going to teach people, we're going to travel and transform. That through our teaching apparatus, we have to be better. We have to learn, know, and grow, right? So the more we learn, know, and grow and teach other people, the better we are. So there's all sorts of things we can learn. We can learn about marketing. We can learn about communication. We can learn about leadership skills. We can learn about presentation skills. We can learn about follow-up skills.
You know what this is giving? Some of you are going to laugh at this. There is a promoter in Prove It. Her name is Katie Rollins. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She is somebody that is now going to teach courses or something on web design when she herself has never designed websites, doesn't have, from the sounds of it, the credentials to do so. That's what this is giving. Hey, we're going to have an educational platform. We're going to teach you how to do these things, and we're going to learn at the same time, but they're going to present themselves like they're the expert on the topic on social media. Katie Rollins, I'm talking to you.
All of these things can improve us. And so we want to teach, we want to learn ourselves. We're going to teach other people. You get to learn, and we want to teach other people to do the same thing. We want to do it on a weekly basis, a daily basis, a monthly basis, really enjoy the live streaming. Then in addition, we want to travel. We want to relate to people. We want to have fun. So here's an assignment. I need all of you. I mean, all of you to start to organize an album on your phone. So if I were to go on my album on my phone and I click on here and I'm like, okay, here's my album. And I take a look at albums of all of these albums, right? So it's like albums, albums, albums. And so I organize things based on topic. Oh, that's when I went to Yosemite. That was awesome. Oh, this is when we went to Crater Lake. That was amazing. Oh, this is when we went fishing. That was super cool. Oh, here I am with my son in Greece. That was amazing. Oh, I just visited Thailand. That was awesome. Oh, here's where I had dinner with my friend in Dubai. That's incredible. You're going to create an album. It's your Nelo Life testimonial album.
I'm sorry. You want people, Scott, to create a Nelo Life testimonial album in their phone for a company that hasn't launched yet? So these trips that this guy mentioned, that the majority of people nowadays in this economy are never going to experience, unless you're at the top of a pyramid, most people are not going to experience this. So my question is, if this company hasn't launched and you're asking people to create an album of trips that they may have taken, and they're going to use that as a Nelo Life testimonial, they didn't actually use Nelo Life, if they're offering like discounted travel or something, to go on those trips. This would be deceptive marketing. This would be flat out lying. You're teaching people to lie, Scott. That's embarrassing. Oh my God.
This is based on your stories. You're going to do that right now. It's something you can do. If you can do, you must do it. And so you want to create an album, and you want to go through your phone, open up the album, and then you start clicking, select, and all your favorite travel memories. And you're going to dump those. You're going to make a copy of that into that Nelo Life testimonial album. Your story is your travel stories, your memories.
Those memories have nothing to do with Nelo Life, but you're telling people to say, oh, thanks to Nelo Life, I was able to go to Yosemite National Park. When, if people were to fact check, and if you see this, you guys, and there's no date on the post, ask them, oh, when did you go? When was this trip? This looks so fun. That kind of a thing. Because if you look at the dates and compare it to when Nelo Life is launched, if they even launch when they say they're going to or whatnot, the dates are it's not gonna make sense, because they're using old pictures to promote something new that had nothing to do with that trip. That is so unbelievably deceptive.
Your laughter, your sunsets, your fabulous meals, your moments in time. What's great about what we're offering is we're teaching people, we're traveling together. We're going to share that experience everywhere around the world. We all want better, right? We're all a lot closer to each other than we are different. We all want more for our families. We all want more for our friends. We want safety, security. We want health and wellness, right?
Imagine thinking that this manipulation tactic of saying, we all want better, we all want closer friendships, those types of things are normal or okay when you're trying to pitch a pyramid scheme. That is so manipulative. Imagine thinking a supplement from an MLM company, or an educational course from an MLM company, or MRR, or any other digital products where you're recruiting other people. Imagine thinking that's going to actually enhance or change somebody's life. That is so dangerous. I can't even.
The things we want. And so they're common. We all want to start to share our stories. And as you share your stories and say, I want more memories like this with my family, don't you? Like, don't you want to have 2 or 3 extra vacations a year with your families that you can look back on? I long ago realized that more important than owning lots of cars and homes and stuff and jewelry is making memories matters. I take my kids everywhere. We're on a quest to go to all 64 national parks and travel around the world together.
Hey, Scott. Make sure you're thanking your downline in the previous scams that you've been a part of for being able to fund those trips for you and your family. This is absolutely vile. This is so gross.
Memories. When I pass, whenever that happens to be, I mean, I don't know what I'll have left for them, but I'll have given them the world. What are you going to leave for your kids? Kids look back at their childhood and they're like, oh, you remember when we went to the beach and we had the bonfire? That was incredible. Do you remember when we were at Niagara Falls and we felt the mist on our face? That was absolutely amazing. Do you remember when we hiked to the top of the mountain? We were looking down at the water and then we saw this incredible bear walking with the...
You looked down in the water and saw an incredible bear? How does that work? Maybe I misheard him, but you're looking in the water and you saw a bear, Scott? I don't think that's how that works.
Cubs. Oh, it's just incredible. Hey, do you remember when we caught those big fish? We were in a really teeny creek and we caught those big fish. Those are all memories I have. I have them on film. I have a picture so we can relive them. I want to fill up your photo albums. That's what we're going to do with Nelo Life. So we're going to teach you.
No, you're asking people to share their trips that they've gone on, if they've been able to afford going on trips, to use those as testimonials for Nelo Life, a company that hasn't even launched yet. And then you're emotionally manipulating them. Like, what are you going to leave your family? You can't leave them things. You want to have the memories. You want to have those moments. As if being in a pyramid scheme, a multi-level marketing company, is going to give people that, when statistically we know that the majority of people lose money or don't make any at all. Plus, they're losing time, energy. They're losing the ability to be creative on their own because of the policies and procedures that these companies hold their distributors to. This is absolutely absurd. At this point, I feel like if Scott was like, listen, my family and I want to go to all the different parks in the nation and we need you to fund it, I feel like at least that would be him being truthful, because none of this is being truthful to people that are looking to create more memories with their family, that are looking to have more time and moments with them. This is not the answer.
And we're going to travel. You're going to do it with your family and friends. You're going to participate. We have an incentive trip coming. It's going to be nuts. I'm going to share with you exactly what you're going to need to do to qualify for that. But you're going to travel, and we're going to transform. We're going to transform your future, your family, your legacy, your stories. What is it? Who do you want to become? What do you want to share? What kind of contribution do you want to make in your life? Well, we're going to transform the world because we're going to start one family at a time. So how do you do that? You're going to learn as much as you can about this business. When we open up, you're going to have a back office with lots of more things to learn. But here's
what? Hey, Scott, the people of Transact and Finmore and their families would like a word.
What you do between now and then. So we're less than a week away from launching the business, right? And so as we begin to think about, wow, it's 100 countries, where do I start? You start right on your phone. You start with your list. If you're getting this video right now, we already know you're a leader, because some of the top leaders on the earth are interested in joining and working with us right now. There's probably 1,000 different people joining Nelo Life all over the globe in at least 100 countries with tremendous experience. They've done hundreds of millions of dollars in business. They've trained millions and millions of people all over this globe in the direct selling space over the last, several decades. There's some of
Scott, you can say that, but show us the Carfax, because pretty sure we all know that that's not true. Because if it were true, you'd be showing the screenshots of it. You'd be showing the data.
The legends, the leading legends that are great at leadership and friendship and communication that will teach you. And we're all working, we're unified together. So what's exciting is somebody can be doing these presentations and it will be happening in 24 time zones, literally 24 hours a day, around the clock on your behalf. Like, there's never been a company that's going to launch with more talent, more firepower in one place at one time with one focus. The idea, be unified, the unified build, this idea that we're going to help people get 2 who get 4. So let's talk about your strategy. If you're getting this, it's because you probably already have 10, 15, 20 people that are interested in launching with you. They want to be one of the first people on the planet. That's what you tell people. You pick up the phone, say, hey, Bob, what are you doing?
Yeah. And why do they do that? Why is there emphasis on, hey, you want to be one of the first people to launch? Because that's how you win at these pyramid schemes. That is why somebody like Scott goes from Transact to Finmore to Neolife. And if you went back, let's say that we were to be able to find videos of him talking about each of these companies, he's probably saying the same things about every company. Maybe the products are a little bit different, because with Transact, it was a prepaid card where you earn a percentage of the transaction fees. The debit cards never or the cards never happened. Never happened. Then all of a sudden people wake up one morning and the Transact group is now Finmore. No explanation for that. The Fin store never opened. They keep moving the goalpost. I bet if we were to find videos of each of these companies, that Scott here would be saying the same things, along with Eric Allen, along with Randy Schroeder. I see y'all. There's going to be more coming. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to introduce you to something. In the next 7 days, a company is about to launch worldwide. You have a chance to be one of the first people on the planet to join this. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to put hundreds of thousands of people in a variety of different countries, collectively millions of customers all over the globe, and it starts right now. Do you want in? Would you like to learn more? And of course, people are going to be curious. Tell me more. Exactly. And you start to talk about the Nelo Life membership.
See, they're saying, sure, I'd love to learn more, because you're not saying anything. All you're doing is manipulating people that are watching this and dangling the carrot of, oh, we're going to change your life, starting with one family at a time. Then talking about how you're going to go global, which is very, very unusual. I don't know how they're working around the laws in all of the countries to be opening up in 100 countries simultaneously, 24, I think he said, time zones. I don't know how exactly that's working, because typically it takes a long time to launch a company in another country. You have to go through all of the checks and balances of launching a company in that country. So for him to say, oh, we're launching in 100 different companies, he might be pitching that as, see, we're legitimate. But to me, that's like a major red flag. How are they doing that? Because we know, based on past experience with the previous companies, that they tend to skip some things in their launch, you know?
We have a lifestyle membership that can enhance and educate people. We can help them create memories. We can help them manage their finances. So we're going to teach, we're going to travel, we're going to transform. So here's what you do. You make your list. Now, when we launch in the first 72 hours, I mean, thousands of people are going to join. You want to have your list close by. So when you get your link from the leader that's, win the business, they send it to you and say, hey, Bob, here's your link. Get going. Get started right away. Have on your mind right away the first 4 people you want to send a link to, so they get in the organization where you want. You want your top enrollers, your top recruiters, your best leaders closest to you to build the maximum amount of width possible, the maximum amount of matching bonus possible in the shortest period of time. So let's say you have...
That's all about recruiting. The majority of the revenue, if you will, from this company is going to come from revenue, which falls in line with the definition of a pyramid scheme through the FTC. You can check the video description for resources on how you can report these people to the FTC, and also information on multi-level marketing through the Federal Trade Commission. That will be in the video description.
10, 12 people ready to go. Whoever you believe and who commits to enrolling the most people in the first 30 to 60 days, that's who you want close to you. You get them in, and then you send a link out to everybody else and you say, hey, first in, let's go. We don't have time to wait. So everyone say, hey, I'm sending this out to a dozen people. The first people in benefit from other people, and so on and so on. And so why? Because we can only put 2 people in front line. But now the goal is what? To help them become unified. So we get unifier bonus, help them get 2 and get 4.
So 2 in their first level, 4 in their second level, I believe is what he's referring to. And the unifier bonus is a recruiting bonus. Notice there's not been any specifics about any of the products. This is all about recruiting. This is all about having a list of people ready, to click on your link and join. What are we joining? There's not enough information about it. He's just talking about the bonuses for recruiting and the incentive trip, which probably has everything to do with recruiting. It's a pyramid scheme.
Each time you help one person get the 2 and 4, boom, you get the unifier bonus. That's $100, $25 for the actual getting started, for them buying a membership, another $75 bonus because you're unified. All of a sudden you have multiple people getting the membership, and there's a bonus for that. So if you're bringing in 10 people, you get 10 bonuses. That's $1,000. You bring in 20, it's $2,000. So how much income do you want the first week, the first month? That's the goal. So
that's the goal. Has nothing to do with the products. It has nothing to do with the services. It has everything to do with getting people to buy this ridiculously priced membership so that they can have access to the products. It has everything to do with recruiting and making money off people joining, hoping they stick around long enough that you can get paid before they figure out, oh, this is a scam. Because it is. This is an absolute scam.
Bring people in and help move them along. In the first 72 hours, literally hundreds, if not a few thousand people will become unified. They have their 2, they have their 4, and so on and so on. You want to take all the people that join you the first week and help them get unified the first week. And you want to help duplicate that cycle because your group's going to grow so quickly. So in the next several days, get educated, get your list going. High exposure rate. So literally, the man with the marker makes the most money, right? The person.
So he's just saying, ask everybody. Cold message everybody you know. That's what he's saying here. Also, is it just me or does that plant in the background look a little sad? Hey, Scott, you may need to water that plant back there. It's looking a little droopy, looking like it's needing some attention, my guy. Just my opinion. All the plant people go off in the comments.
Exposes most people. So exposure is everything. It's everything. It's speed, the speed of exposure. Just get people to say, yep, I'm in. Sounds great. That's something I want to do. And then get them started and get them focused. Get a hold of a recording as soon as you can. Get access in the back office, the Google Docs. Get the Google Docs. Take a look at anything you can to learn about this business. Get plugged in. Now, when we launch and you push all that out, all of a sudden, all the people on your list will be off your list, right? Like they're on your list this week. Boom, they're in the business. Don't stop. Like it's the first week. Now you're calling people on your phone like, hey, man, this first week of the launch, let me tell you about what's happening. It's crazy. And that's all you do for the next couple weeks. It's the first week. It's only the second week. It's the first month. Let me show you what's happened in the first 72 hours. Let me show you what's happened in the first 5 days. Let me tell you what's going on with my group in the first 7 days. Let me tell you about my friend Bob. He got started. I got him started last week. He's already got 62 people on his team.
His energy is so chaotic. Sometimes in this video, I feel like I need to pause just for us to take a breath and go, okay, we can get through this video. It is so chaotic. It is so over the top. His body language is freaking me out because he's all over the place. He's shifting. He's going back and forth. It makes me uncomfortable. So that's why I'm pausing it here, is because I need a moment to just, ugh.
Let me talk to you about Maria. She got in. She's got 187 people. It's crazy. She's having so much fun. People are going to love this membership worldwide. Hey, what I noticed and I like so much is I'm already in 6 countries, or I'm in 16 countries. Last week I was in 6. This week I'm in 27. It's crazy. It's going global and we're just getting started. So you want to have that pent up energy and focus. It starts with what? Using the device, turning your phone into an ATM machine. What do you need to do? Well, this is where you find your people. They're on your phone. This is where you find your photos to create your testimonials.
Your photos that have nothing to do with Nelo life? Because the company hadn't launched when these people went on their trips? Scott, you're a fraud. You are a fraud, in my opinion. What you are doing is wrong. You are asking people to join this membership. I think it's like $59 a month. Correct me in the comments if you know. It's been a while since I've looked at I don't even want to say their comp plan, but kind of the inside of this company. And so feel free to correct me in the comments. You're asking people to pay this monthly fee to have access to these platforms, if you will, while claiming that it's going to change their life. And all you're talking about is recruiting, because you know that you're at the top. You, Eric Allen, Randy Schroeder. I can't remember who the O is. I don't know if they've revealed that yet in Nelo life. Unbelievable.
This is where you send the messages. This is where you plug in. So be one of those people that's responsible. Get connected on social media accounts. Don't be like, oh, I'm not on social media. I'm not there. Get on social media. Like, you don't have to read the news. Get on it. Use it as a tool. Get access to the soonest information. Every day the company is launching and dropping information.
Every day the company is launching? That's weird.
The Telegram side, on the Facebook side, on the Twitter side, on the Instagram side. Like, you have access to all these ways to get information. Make sure your team gets the information, the speed of trust. You get information, I share it. I mean, I don't spend a whole lot of time writing another 3 paragraphs. Everyone who knows, who's close to me knows this. I just fire this stuff out.
Yeah, we know. Because you got to get people in on your pyramid scheme quickly so that you can make the most money before you move on to the next pyramid scheme, right? right?
I have this list of 10 and this list of 10 and this one's 6 and this is 8 and this is 10 and it's just all over. But I move the information along because the speed of trust is get the information to people. They'll do with it what they choose. You be the person that decides what you want them to do with it, right? So I'm excited because we have a countdown and we're only a few days away. And when this thing launches, be prepared for that 72 hours. It's going to be crazy. A lot of people will be a little confused or they're going to be excited. And at the same time, some people are going to feel like it's already too late. We've only got started 72 hours in. But that will always be the case. In a month, people wish they got started the first week that you're in. In 3 months, they'll wish they got started the first month.
I can't wait to see what happens in 3 months or 72 hours after they launch. I can't wait to literally watch them move the goalposts on people, just like they did in Finmore, just like they did in Transact. These people have all of these points that they've accumulated in both of those previous companies I just mentioned, and they can't spend it because there's no store that's open. So they've been duped to spend this money to join this company that turns out to be a pyramid scheme. Meanwhile, the people at the top of the pyramid scheme have made all the money that they were going to make off of that scam. And here they are starting another one, Nelo Life. Of course, that's just my opinion. If you are somebody that has had experiences with these individuals in, Finmore or Transact, or even in Nelo Life, and you're starting to see red flags, and you feel comfortable enough to speak out, and in the comments, share your experience. Again, if you're comfortable with that. The reason I'm asking people to do that is because if you have the ability to warn people about this scam before they get scammed, I think that that's important. So if you're comfortable with that, feel free to drop it in the comments. Obviously, let's not make statements about his appearance or anything. Focus on the tactics, and all of that kind of thing, all of those types of things.
A year, they're going to wish they got started in the summer of 2024. That will never change, but make sure when everything's said and done, you're either I wish I could have or a glad I did type person. I sure hope you're a glad I did type person. So take action right now. Remember, start to create your testimonial list, your pictures, your family albums, your memories. We're going to teach you how to tell a story. Let's contact your key people. Be organized, be ready, continue to expose things, plug in,
Oh, we will. We will. And when I say we, I mean the anti-MLM movement will continue to expose scams like this that you participate in, Scott. Also, looped into that, Eric Allen, Randy Schroeder, and anybody else that wants to start a pyramid scheme like this, the anti-MLM movement will definitely continue to expose them.
Be a leader, share, listen, learn. We're going to teach things. We're going to travel together. We're going to transform. We're going to make a difference. Nelo Life is all about cultural change. We want to be the difference. When we talk about how do you change the world? Well, one family at a time, one person at a time. Focus on yourself. I know I have a lot more I can do for myself. I could be a whole lot better. I could be definitely way more organized.
I mean, you could definitely not participate in pyramid schemes anymore, Scott. And I don't know, get a real job. That's just, a thought, a hot take, if you will.
More efficient. I'm sure I could be more empathetic in the world.
Oh.
I could do better follow-up. I mean, there's so many things I could be better at. So I'll try. I will continue to learn and I will teach myself and I will get better and I will transform. But in the process, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. I can be an imperfect vehicle, but have a perfect vision of how I can impact my family. And I hope you do too. So on behalf of Nelo Life, the founders who have created this incredible vision for us, one that it's a collective vision of so many good people over a long period of time. Trust in the fact that this company was founded by people that are like you, that built large organizations, generating billions of dollars in sales, training hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people all over the globe over multiple decades. They're employing the finest technology, the finest partners, and the finest people to help them execute on this vision all across the globe. They're co-creating this. So get a hand.
The scary thing about what he just said is I feel like he's basically saying these people have perfected how to scam people in these pyramid schemes. In my opinion, you participate in a pyramid scheme and you're at the top, like Scott is, of the pyramid scheme, and you learn how to perfect it each time. And we have a very, very short time frame to compare Transact and Finmore and now Nelo Life. And the unfortunate part, I feel like, is that they're getting better and better about how they, the process of scamming people. And I think that that's scary, which is why I was asking people, if you feel comfortable to share your experience with Transact or Finmore or Nelo Life or any of the people that I've referred to that are a part of this. I think that that part is really important.
And on the co-creation document that the company has and see how they're partners with you on building a better world. And so there's never been a better time to get active in Nelo Life, and never been a better time than to sharpen your own sword, than to put the responsibility on yourself to get after it this week. This is your week. I mean, everything you do this week, you could get paid months and months and months for, like multiple amounts of income difference.
Multiple amounts of income difference. What does that even mean? How do we quantify that? How do we measure that?
When you're taking action at the beginning and other people take action at the beginning and they're bringing on new customers and
that's the first time in this whole video, and we are 17 minutes and 20 some seconds into his video here, that he's mentioned customers at all. Everything else has been about recruiting.
Accessing more products and services worldwide. You're in the right place at the right time with the right vehicle, the right people, and you're the right person. There's no question. You are supposed to be here. You are supposed to meet these people. We're supposed to have fun together and learn together and sharpen our own swords together and make a better planet. So I'm looking forward to seeing you out there.
I'm sorry. A pyramid scheme is not going to make the planet better by any means.
Somewhere around the world. And in the meantime, good day, God bless, and we'll talk to y'all real soon.
Okay, goodbye. Oh, I am uncomfortable. I'm sure you guys are too. That was rough, but I think that it's important that we talk about the manipulation tactics. And unfortunately, this is somebody that has a history, in my opinion, of putting these pyramid schemes together, making a whole bunch of money, and then moving on to the next one and villainizing the last thing that he said, oh, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread or something along those lines. And then he makes a lot of money in that, and then he moves on to the next thing. And it's a cycle. And I hope that the anti-MLM movement will help to break that cycle for many people and prevent them from joining something like this. What a mess. If you loved today's video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, or you can thumbs down if you're in Nelo Life, or if you are Eric Allen, Randy Schroeder, I think that's his name, or Scott, I can't remember his last name. If you'd like to help me spread the word, feel free to share this out. Feel free to click the subscribe button. It is free. And guys, don't join an MLM. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so much. Sorry about the shaking video. I mean, that's on his end. I can't really do a whole lot with that. However, I think that it was important that I showed this video and that we talked about it. So appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for watching all the way through, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.